Here's another OT Center activity, and this week is going to focus on ripping paper. So something very simple that kids definitely keep engaged with, and it has many benefits. There's a little bit of sensory input, keeps the hands busy, works on finger strength and also coordination of using both hands together. And you'll see when kids first start doing this, they don't quite know how. Maybe they'll pull apart and they're not really understanding that one hand has to go forward and one hand has to go back. We rip into like very small pieces. This is just some different construction paper that I'm using. You can use newspaper or tissue paper. As kids get stronger, you could use cardstock, which is going to be a little bit tougher. But again, really working on fine motor skills, preparing these fingers. A lot of it focuses just on these three fingers, which are very important for holding the pencil, because typically when we're looking at what an appropriate grasp would be, we're teaching kids to hold with their thumb and their two fingers. So it's hard to rip with your full hand. It really focuses on those three fingers, which we call like a tripod grasp. So if you think of a tripod for a camera with the three legs, it's similar to what we call a grip that we teach students to use as they're getting into later stages of preschool and kindergarten. So ripping paper. Some different activities you could do. You could just put it in a bin. You could put the different pieces of paper and you could just keep ripping and talk about, filling up the bin, and then you could hide different things inside. Like I just have some puzzle pieces and you could hide them in the paper and then have them pull out. So they're getting a sensory experience, but they're also ripping the paper, working on that finger strength. So that's one activity. You could also just have them make a collage. So you could have a glue stick and you could just make a variety of different colors and have them glue the different pieces onto a piece of paper. Or you could do shapes. So maybe you have a circle and you have them try and fill inside of the circle with the different bits of ripped paper. Another thing you can work on, especially for the older kids, I have a picture down here that I drew that is different colored balloons. So you can have kids rip the paper and then glue it onto the color that matches. So not only are you working on the fine motor component, you're also working on that academic skill of sorting by color. You could also do, I have these number cards here, and you can just have kids place the paper on the number card and try and trace the number with the paper. Or if you don't have like a number card or a flashcard, you could just use a whiteboard and write a letter or a number or a shape, and you can have them line the paper up to try and trace the shape. So those are some ideas for our activity for ripping paper. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you.